I think we all want to live longer and healthier, and fasting is one of the ways to extend your life and add years of healthy living as well. You know, fasting is not just about skipping meals, it's about seizing control of your body's most basic need of time to repair itself, which in turn helps you live longer and healthier.
And when you deliberately choose when to eat, how much to eat, you're really helping your body refresh and fix itself, which has a tremendous number of benefits that we're going to go over with you today. And if you miss out on fasting, we feel you're missing out on extending your life and living happier and healthier with lots of energy.
Now, some of the pushback we get is, will I lose muscle mass if I fast? And the answer really is, as long as you exercise and your overall nutrition is balanced with enough protein, you'll be fine.
And some people are concerned about starting fasting because they're older. Well, I'm 67. I've been fasting for I don't know how long, 5 years at least. And both of our doctors are a big fan of fasting. Matter of fact, we couldn't find anything online that says why fasting is detrimental to your health.
The only reason it's detrimental to my health is your biggest concern when we started fasting was, how do I handle the intense hunger pains?
Yeah, it was hard for me.
And my response was, get over it.
You're right.
Change your mindset. Know that you're doing something good for your body and move through it.
And that's what we did. Now, if you're new here, I'm Mark, and this is my wife, Jody.
And we don't focus on the financial aspects of retirement, but rather lifestyle, health, relationships, and more.
So do us a favor, please hit the subscribe button. That way you get notified of our new videos. But more importantly, if there's someone in your life that you love and care about that's on the same journey that you are, please share this with them so that they can learn about fasting as well.
Absolutely.
Now, we've been fasting for, I don't know, a half dozen years, 6 years or so, 5 years. I'm not even really sure. But I remember talking about it with my doctor, and she said, listen, this is really good for you. If you can get through the first week or 2 or 3 or month, you're going to be fine.
Well, I also think it was important, we started with small amounts of fasting in terms of time. Mm-hmm. And we were very specific about it. Mondays and Thursdays were going to be the days. So it wasn't just a haphazard, oh, shoot, I missed breakfast this morning. It was very deliberate. And over time, we settled into a really good pattern with it.
And for me to start, it was hard because the first thing that I would do when I get up in the morning is I'd want to eat something. And I've been like that for 5 years ago, 62. So if I started fasting 5 years ago, I'm 62. My body has been programmed and used to eating first thing in the morning, 6 o'clock. And I had to stop that.
Right.
So we did.
Absolutely.
So, hey, don't forget to click the link below in the notes to download our free journaling guide if you haven't done that yet. We're huge journalers, and it's a great way to start thinking about how your retirement should look by writing down some of your thoughts.
It's also a great place to write down what you do eat and when you eat it so you can help yourself with your fasting program.
Keep track of it.
And listen, stay to the end, and we're going to share with you the 3 most common fasting methods and how it's become part of our lives. So let's jump in. Number 1. The number one benefit, and these aren't in any real order, but the number one benefit that we researched was fasting enhances insulin sensitivity. So what does that mean? It helps reduce the risk of diabetes by improving the body's response to insulin, promoting efficient glucose metabolism. Oh boy. Stabilizing your blood sugar levels and decreasing any insulin resistance that you've built up over time.
Now for me, I was diagnosed as pre-diabetic probably 7 years ago, 8 years ago. I had high blood sugar, too much wine, cookies. I was eating bad food. But this is a way, without taking drugs, to actually reduce your blood sugar level, and it's worked for me tremendously. So not only have I eliminated some of the evil things that I drink that cause my blood sugar to spike, but this fasting that I do twice a week has really helped me medically. And you're going to hear other medical benefits as well, which leads into the next one. When you start fasting, it's going to boost your metabolic rate. So that's things like reducing your triglyceride levels. The big one here that I like, this metabolic rate when you're fasting, it's going to make your body burn more of the fat instead of the carbs.
Right.
throughout the day.
Because really what it does is fasting shifts your metabolism from carb dependence to fat utilization. And that's really what you want in any stage of your life. But certainly as we age and we're trying to watch what we eat, we're trying to move our body, but maybe we're more sedentary than we used to. You really want to switch from that carb utilization to, you know, what?
Nothing. I'm agreeing with you.
Okay. All right. The third benefit is it supports your brain health. Fasting increases the BDNF, which enhances your cognitive functions and your mood, boosting your neural health, right? Protecting yourself against neurodegenerative diseases and improving your memory and focus. And I think we'd agree we could all use that.
Well, I think I wanted to stick with that for a second. Your memory and focus. So as we age, we've done a lot of videos on memory and all of that. By fasting, you are enhancing your health. It seems like crazy, but that's why we want to do this video, because it does make a difference. For me, twice a week when I fast, it's all part of discipline, just thinking, knowing
intention, right? You have to be
discipline.
very intentional.
And so I have to think about it. And I have to have focus on it. I have to focus all morning about not being hungry, but just about I'm going to have a meal at lunchtime.
Right.
So I think that it does that. It helps you get rid of brain fog, actually. So, all right. Here's a big one that we were told, and research will show that when you give your body a break of from food, it helps your body detoxify itself. So it cleans, your body gets to go through this cleaning process of cleaning cells of waste material. It helps your liver become healthier. It actually helps your skin clarity. It reduces the oxidative stress that you have on your cells. I know all of this sounds medical, but a lot of this stuff, doctors will prescribe medicine to you for this. And this is a way, without taking prescription drugs, to actually detoxify your body.
Yeah, I mean, just summing up that detoxifying your body. I mean, think of your body as a machine, right? So every machine needs some time to rest. I mean, even your darn cell phone needs to be turned off once in a while to give it a break, right? Kind of reboot itself. If you're eating all day long and constantly, and your body's constantly working, it doesn't have time for that. So I think that's a really big point in that detoxifying. The fifth thing is it increases longevity. Fasting triggers cellular repair processes that contribute to a longer life, activating your longevity genes, which I think is, a really, really key benefit, especially as we're turning the corner on the second half of our life, reducing age-related cellular damage and enhancing this cell cleanup that needs to take place each day.
So I want to make sure that you're not getting lost in some medical terms that we're speaking, because this is really important. This process of letting your body clean itself twice a week, 3 times a week, however you end up doing it, is so critical. And why wouldn't you do it if you knew it was going to help you live longer, be healthier, and let your body regenerate cells and get cleaner? I mean, that's why this is called the insane benefits of fasting, because it really does make a difference.
Right.
The next one is going to strengthen your immune system. So we all want that, right? We want to be able to fight the next disease, fight a cold, whatever it is. When you fast and give your body a rest, it increases and strengthens your immune system. So because your cells get to regenerate, it's going to boost resistance to infection. It's going to reduce chronic inflammation. So all of these things are really important to prevent you from getting the next cold that comes around.
Absolutely. The next one I love, fasting aids in weight loss. I've been on a weight loss journey, I feel like my entire life. And when I hit the point in my life where intermittent fasting came in, and I learned about it from a dear friend of mine who had metastatic breast cancer, she learned about it from her doctor, and subsequently we've done a lot of research on it. But intermittent fasting helps reduce body weight and visceral fat. That's that fat that's really hard to get rid of. It enhances your hormone fat burning, which as a woman, we've got a lot going on at this stage of our life in the hormone area. And it increases metabolic fat burning. So reducing your calorie intake comes naturally when you're fasting, as long as you don't, as soon as you're released from your fasting time frame, you don't go out and have 4 cheeseburgers. If you're intentional about your fasting and intentional about your eating and intentional about your moving your body or your exercise, this can actually shift your body into a natural ketosis, not one that you get by eating, 10 pounds of steak every day topped with blue cheese and no carbs.
That was really good.
Yeah. Well, I've done that 10 pounds of steak with blue cheese and no carbs. And all that did is give me a bellyache.
Yeah. Well, besides helping you lose weight, it's going to improve your heart health. So,
which is important to you.
It is important to me. I've got some issues that I'm not dealing with that I have as far as high blood pressure,
plaque
buildup on some of my arteries. That's just damage that was done years and years ago. So anything that I can do to improve my heart health, I'm going to do. And if that means I'm not going to eat until noon 2 days a week, what's the big deal? Yeah. Why wouldn't I do that? Why wouldn't you do it? If you knew you could lose weight, improve your heart health, your brain health, let your cells regenerate, then why wouldn't you do it? And we're only up to number 8. Right. So I think that really giving this some consideration is really important.
So the 9th benefit, I don't know about you guys out there, but I've had some real digestive changes in my body over the years. I used to promote myself as kind of my stomach was like a steel trap. I could eat anything, I could drink anything. I was never sick. But fasting, intermittent fasting, actually promotes digestive health, and that's been very important to me. Regular fasting can help reset and reduce stress on your digestive system, allowing your gut to rest and recover, and really reducing your digestive system's inflammation that just happens over time due to buildup.
Yeah, very good. Fasting is going to enhance your physical performance, and that seems to me counterintuitive. When I used to go to the gym years ago, I would go in the morning, and my gym coach would always say, I want you to get up an hour before we come to the gym, and I want you to eat a turkey sandwich. You need this protein.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about your awful morning turkey sandwiches.
It was gross. But I did that because that's what they said. That's not the case. So again, you want to make sure you check with your doctor on this or a nutritionist, but actually giving your body a rest from food twice a week, once a week for 24 hours. Again, at the end, we're going to share with you the 3 common ways to do it. It's going to improve your physical performance. You and I have been working out really hard since October at this new gym in Florida called Get Cat Fit. And it's a,
it's a boot camp.
Boot camp. And we lift weights, we do cardio. We're doing that while we are fasting. And we're still building muscle and feeling great and giving our body a rest.
And again, it's intermittent fasting. We are not up to the 24-hour fasting stage.
Thinking about it though.
But we'll talk to you more about the types of fasting at the end.
Right. Okay.
All right, the 11th, which is important to me. I just listed out for my doctor actually this morning because Mark and I take a cancer test called the Grail every year, and I wasn't sure if we were going to do it this year, but intermittent fasting or fasting in general reduces cancer risk. And that's important to me because I just listed my mom died of pancreatic cancer, my brother had prostate cancer, my aunt had ovarian cancer, and we have our son with colon cancer. And I never thought cancer was prevalent in our lives or in our family, but when you list it out, all of a sudden you're like, holy cow, there is cancer. Fasting may lower cancer risk by reducing inflammation and enhancing your immunity. So it can slow down the growth rate of tumors, enhance your cell production and the longevity of your cells, and reducing the overall side effects if you happen to get cancer of chemotherapy.
Yeah.
And that's what I learned from our dear friend who had metastatic breast cancer. That's when fasting came into our lives.
Yeah. Okay. It also improves your hormonal balance. So it balances your thyroid function, it stabilizes your stress hormones, it enhances reproductive health, which is good. It's going to regulate your adrenal function, and it's going to help your sleep quality through the addition of you getting more melatonin. So having
natural melatonin.
Natural melatonin, right. Yeah. Again, all of this is natural. None of this is with medicine.
Right.
None of this is with prescription drugs. The benefits of fasting they're insane, like the name of the video. So this is something you really want to think about bringing into your life.
The next one, intermittent fasting or fasting in general, enhances mental clarity and your mood. And I know that sounds like, well, kind of pie in the sky. How could that be? But fasting can improve your mental well-being by reducing your brain fog and enhancing your focus. So it boosts your serotonin and your dopamine, and those are two very important things in your body.
Right.
Reducing your symptoms of depression even has been
tied
to
yeah.
fasting.
Yeah.
And enhancing your mental resilience. When you make a decision and you stick to it, Mondays and Thursdays, I'm not going to eat till noon, and you stick to it, you become mentally resilient over time.
I think that's important because that's what happened for me. I had to really work through my mindset to understand that this is good for me and I need to stick with it because I was hungry. I was used to eating at 6 in the morning when I wake up, 10 o'clock a snack, 11:30 I'd get an early lunch because I was so hungry. But now I say, okay, well, I'm not eating today till noon, and it just kind of gets me where I'm not thinking about the next meal. Because I used to spend most of the day thinking about my next meal or snack.
Mark would wake up in the morning and already be in the kitchen cooking, and then he'd say to me, "Hey, what do you want to do for dinner?"
Lunch.
Lunch. Yeah, and I'm like trying to get my first sip of coffee, and I'm like, "Gosh, we're already talking about dinner."
All right. Well, fasting is going to also increase your resistance to stress. Now, during my career, I was a stress monster. I had stress coming out of every pore. It triggers a stress resilience pathway within your body. Again, giving your body a chance to rest twice a week, 3 times a week, whatever it is really going to help you. It's going to give you psychological coping mechanisms. It's going to boost your endorphins and the serotonin. Again, we mentioned that before. But it's going to reduce your overall chronic stress. And if you put meditation on top of this, it's a win-win. But again, these benefits of bringing fasting into your life just go on and on and on.
I love the next one. Intermittent fasting supports skin health. And I know as I age and I look online or Instagram or Facebook sends me all these ads for, crepe erase or skincare products or, tighten this or do that. Fasting can improve your overall skin health by reducing inflammation and promoting this cell turnover that you want, enhancing your skin clarity, reducing any acne or skin blemishes you might have later in life. And it really is promoting this faster cell generation, and that's important along with hydration. I always have to throw hydration in there.
Well,
because if you want your skin to look good, be elastic, be a little more plump and, kind of dewy. Yeah, everybody,
plump
as you
and
age,
dewy.
You kind of want plumper, dewier skin.
I don't think you want me to say you're plump.
You've said it before.
I have not, never.
So with the intermittent fasting and a lot of water, and I'm doing water with lemon today, it improves not only your skin hydration, but the elasticity.
And you look plumper, right?
I'm going to get that all day now, folks.
Fasting stabilizes your energy levels. So again, it's giving your body a time to chill out. And I noticed on Mondays and Thursdays, I actually look forward to those days because a lot of times I'll get a midday energy crash. On those days, I don't. I have sustained energy throughout the day because I haven't put the pressure on my stomach, my intestines, my heart to process all this food that went in. So I just kind of go steady through the whole day.
Well, it makes sense. How many of us can take a picture of our family on, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, whatever your big celebration day is, and after about midday, maybe 2 or 3 in the afternoon, everybody's asleep on the couch watching football.
Yeah.
Because they've been eating all day and their body is working all day. I'm not suggesting you fast during one of your holidays or your high holidays, but it does make sense that you would have sustained energy over time, given what we know about eating all day.
Well, we've talked about this before, but when you fast, it gives your body a chance and a mechanism to clean out damaged cells.
I think that's important because we've said it a couple of times.
In different ways.
Ways.
And I think that, it recycles damaged proteins. It prevents diseases like Alzheimer's. Now, my mom
It's not the
had
only
that.
prevention.
No, but all of this, that we're talking about on our channel, exercise, nutrition, fasting. Why not bring all of things like that into your life if you know it's going to help you physically, mentally, and all of that? But Alzheimer's disease, I don't think about it a lot. but that's what took my mom.
Right.
And so I do think about it.
Right.
And if this is going to help with that, then I want to do it.
Absolutely. We've talked a little bit about this next one, and that is reduced inflammation. You know, fasting decreases systemic inflammation. You know, it's a root cause of many chronic diseases. You know, it reduces chronic joint pain, improves your autoimmune condition, supports your heart health, which we had a whole topic on, and it helps you recover from any of those injuries, like a pickleball injury that all of us seem to be getting these days.
I don't have one.
Not yet, but you
No.
haven't been playing much pickleball.
No, I guess I haven't.
The next one is fasting improves the nutrient absorption in your body. Absorption.
Yeah, so you bring food into your body and
Right.
you want it to absorb.
What's wrong with my tongue today?
I don't know. You want it to absorb nutrients, but again, if you're doing this all day, every day, your body never has a chance to reset. It's kind of like the reset button on a computer.
You know, fasting can really reset your digestive process, enhancing this nutrient absorption. Gosh, am I not saying
Absorption. I can't say it either.
absorption? Wow, I'm going to need help on that in comments below. Increasing your digestive enzymes, your gut health, and promoting your flora in your gut to stay balanced.
Okay, the last one we're talking about is it encourages mindful eating habits. So
Which
fasting,
we all need.
We all need. So my fasting on Mondays and Thursdays is, you know, it's an opportunity for me to take a break from eating and to think about, okay, I'm not going to eat until noon today. So I'm going to be a little more mindful when I eat. I'm not going to do the hamburger. I'm going to have something that's healthy. So twice a week, it gives me a chance to kind of reset my eating habits for the whole day and the whole week. And Sunday nights, we do plan our week of food as best we can.
Right.
And we find that really does help. So I'm now making healthier food choices. It reduces my compulsive eating habits that are bad sometimes. And really, it's aligning my eating with nutritional needs that my body really wants.
Absolutely. Now listen, that was 20, so I know it was a lot, but let's talk about the 3 most common types of fasting.
And the first one is intermittent fasting, which is what we do.
Right.
We do it twice a week. And really what it means is twice a week, we, for 16 hours, don't eat. So we have dinner on Sunday night, and we don't eat again till noon on Monday, or I try to stretch it till 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we do that twice a week. So another way to do it is some people will fast between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m.
No, they'll eat.
They'll eat between
You'll
10
eat between
and 6.
10 and 6, but
Every
nothing
day, yeah.
after 6. And I don't know if you remember years and years and years ago, and one of Oprah's weight loss cycles that she did, she had this theory that you should not put anything in your mouth after 7 p.m. And that was her way of starting an intermittent fasting until the next day. Because 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. is already 12 hours. So you really only need to make it 4 more hours, which makes it 11 a.m., and you can eat again. Right.
So we find this easy. So let's talk about the pros of intermittent fasting. First of all, it's flexible. You basically either skip breakfast or dinner 1 or 2 days a week, which is easy. It's going to help you with weight loss. And the other pro is that it's going to boost your health, which we've talked about in the last 15, 20 minutes.
So really, the cons are really, in my mind, they're kind of in your head or they're in your surroundings. So what do I mean by that? You know, one of the cons is you might feel hungry during the fasting period, especially at first. Well, you know, just push yourself through it. Drink water, water with lemon, really anything with less than 50 calories, right? So a black cup of coffee, a cup of tea, all of that works in intermittent fasting. The second con would be the social eating. It's hard to enjoy meals with family and friends if you eat on a different schedule. And Mark and I found that when we had different days that we were fasting, we kind of were a bit out of sync. So we aligned them and it made it easier. And then the other con is there's a chance of eating too much during your eating window. So it's not a time for you to be a chow hound. You still need to be mindful about the eating.
Okay. The second common method of fasting, and a lot of people do this, is they have time-restricted eating. So typically there's a 6 or 12-hour window that they eat. I know a lot of people that have dinner at 6 and they don't eat again till noon every single day. I'm saying I don't know if I could do that. I'm willing to try that for a week to see if it makes a difference.
What is that, 18 hours?
Yeah, I don't know what you think about that, but commonly people will eat for 6 to 12 hours, like from 9 to 5, and that's it, but they do it every single day.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, I think it's hard to say I'm only going to eat, for us, it's hard to say I'm only going to eat between 9 and 5. That means your dinner has to be done by 5. That doesn't mean you sit down at 5.
I know.
You're finished by 5. I don't think we're on that schedule just yet. But some of the pros to that would be eating during daylight hours can help with your digestion and health. It's easier to, keep up over a long period of time if you have stricter fasting guidelines, because it's not like, wait, what were we doing? And many people feel that they're more energetic during their fasting periods, and they just adjust.
Mm-hmm. But what they say, the cons are, it gives you less flexibility, like you just said. It's hard to have a social life when you're so restricted on when you eat and when you don't. And the other thing is you might miss out on some important nutrients when you start limiting when you can eat and what you eat. You have to be careful. And skipping breakfast. Now, that was hard for me at first. Now, the 2 days a week I don't have breakfast. The other days I have my oatmeal with nuts and berries, and sometimes I'll go out for breakfast with a client or a friend and eat some eggs, but typically I don't. But on the 2 days that I'm fasting, I don't have it. But on this one where you're doing it every day, you're never going to have breakfast again, which could be tough.
Yeah, especially if you're a breakfast lover.
Yeah.
I'm a brunch lover.
I know you are, yeah.
I am. I love a late morning brunch, but unfortunately maybe even with a mimosa.
So the third common way, we talked about intermittent fasting, we talked about fasting every day. This is prolonged fasting. This is 24 hours or more, and we're reading a lot more about this, and this might be something that we would try once a week, but basically you don't eat for 24 hours or longer. And this could be dinner one day until dinner the next night. And I have to think that this would be helpful. We should ask our doctor at our visit next week for our annual physical. But
I probably wouldn't pick dinner one day till dinner the next, because I'm not a great evening eater anyway.
Okay.
So I'd probably pick lunch to lunch.
Skip dinner?
Yeah.
Oof.
I know. See, this is where we might have trouble.
Well, well, the advantages of doing this, it gives your body a deep cleansing. We talked a lot in the last few minutes about the 20 benefits of fasting, the insane benefits of fasting. This is a deep cleansing. This is like getting your body detailed once a week. There's major health boosts, and it does build mental toughness. I mean, like you said, if you can go 24 hours without eating, it does really help you feel strong mentally, and you feel like you accomplished something.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now listen, choosing the right fasting method for you depends on your lifestyle, your health, and what feels good for your body. And above all, always check with your doctor.
So think about the fasting method that might work for you. I strongly suggest try intermittent because it's not that hard and you might like it. You will feel better, I will tell you that. People say, well, how do you know you feel better? Well, I feel great. The only way to really check it is to stop doing that. So I don't recommend that. But I hope you enjoyed this video. This next one, foods people should eat as they age, really is a good complement to this video. It talks about the 10 foods that you really should bring into your diet and the importance of embracing a diet rich in quality and life-enriching foods. So watch this one next.